You're watching a movie, and then a character reveals something that the other characters don't know. Now the audience knows something that all the other characters in the play don't know. This is dramatic irony, which is when the audience knows something that the other characters in the movie, play, or novel don't know. Dramatic irony is used in various plays, films, and books. It creates a degree of suspense that aims to move the plot forward and reveal details to the reader. It can also be, as author Lemony Snicket says, when a person makes a harmless remark, and someone else who hears it knows something that makes the remark have a different and usually unpleasant meaning. It can be found in the novels Cyrano de Bergerac and Lamb to the Slaughter. In Cyrano, Roxane loves Christian for his poems and writings, but the audience knows that it is actually Cyrano writing all the poems and letters. In Lamb to the Slaughter, the cops don't suspect that the wife killed the husband. However, the audience knows that the wife murdered the husband. Other examples of dramatic irony can be found in horror films when the audience knows the villain or the creature is right behind the main characters, which thus creates suspense. Dramatic irony is utilized in superhero films and comics, such as the film Batman Begins. The characters in the film don't have a clue who Batman is, and they don't think Bruce Wayne can be Batman. However, the audience knows that Bruce is Batman. In the play Othello, William Shakespeare utilizes dramatic irony to create suspense for the audience, to foreshadow the outcome of the play, and to characterize Iago. The dramatic irony is revealed throughout the play by the character Iago, who uses his mischievous skills to plan the destruction of the Moor and everyone he deems he doesn't like, which is basically everyone. He masks himself in this persona that he is an honest and just man. That fools the characters into taking part of this sinister plan, but not the reader, who is now drawn in the circumstance of suspense because of the questions raised by Iago's actions. These questions might include something like whether the plan will work, or who else will be incorporated in this plan of doom. Basically, suspense occurs because of the dramatic irony that happens in the play. Without dramatic irony, there would be no suspense to keep the reader interested in the play. In Act 3, Scene 3, Iago has basically stolen Desdemona's handkerchief and reveals to the audience his intentions, saying, "I will in Cassio's lodging lose this napkin." This also shows the characters do not know about his plan, but the audience does, and now have the curiosity of whether it succeeds or leads to his downfall. This, in turn, allows the author to keep the reader on the edge of their seat during the whole story. Dramatic irony also affects the reader's characterization on the play, especially on the character Iago, who is portrayed with two personas, a non-reality characterization of who the other characters see, and a true characterization, as seen by the audience. The way Iago slips into a soliloquy after a major event or disaster happens to foreshadow the ominous plan ahead, and reveals to the audience that Iago is an evil man, even though no one in the play knows that. Without this soliloquy of Iago, the reader would not have known of Iago's true character. Throughout most of the play, Iago is seen by the characters as a friend, full of love and honesty, because the actions and advice he gives is good. So oftentimes, Iago says to himself, "How am I then the villain?" But from the reader's perspective, Iago is the villain because he uses his advice in a way that seems to help the other characters, but in reality hurts them. This characterization affects the play because the readers are now sought to have negative emotions towards Iago because of how his success has played them into a trap. This manipulation also induces the reader to be frustrated towards the characters for not seeing who Iago really is. Dramatic irony gradually creates a unique sense of empathy in Othello. You feel sorry for the characters in the play because they don't deserve what happens to them. It's Iago's ambitions and paranoia that destroys them all. Iago is the main cause for the dramatic irony in the play because he induces the characterization and suspense that keeps the readers tuned into the play. As quoted from Pirates of the Caribbean, "It is easy to deal with a dishonest man because you always know that he is dishonest. But it is the honest man you should be worried about because you never know when he will be dishonest."